Yeah, go ahead.
So what was the kind of the report card on Ben's performance Saturday?
There was some good stuff, and obviously the turnovers late in the game really hurt. But I thought the command of the run game, and he had some big throws. Just those, in a tight game like that where we shot ourselves in the foot, quite a few times, especially in the red zone, turning the ball over. It's hard to survive stuff like that. So I got to be better. We got to be better all around and make sure those things don't happen.
Yeah, looking back on some of the calls, the third and fourth and goal. When you look back, would you want to do something a little different there, or
Yeah, I
or they
think
just didn't execute the plays?
there's some things that we can certainly do differently in execution. It's usually not just that down. It's usually the stuff that leads up to it. Also, I've thought long and hard about a lot of that stuff. So hindsight's 20/20, and there's things I would certainly like to change.
Yeah.
What did you like most about what Ben gave you?
We put together a pretty tight package of runs that he needed to control. He was going to be the run game coordinator in that game. I thought he handled it really well. Our run actions were good. We hit some big shots down the field in the run action game. He just handled that stuff really well. It was just kind of a really good command there for a while. It's obviously just dwell on those things that really are critical later on in the game.
There's been this narrative outside the program of how Ben fits in your offense. How do you feel like he fits what you want to do?
I feel like we've got really good coaches. We've got players that learn everything that we ask them to do. I think the offense fits who we have. We can tailor it to who those guys are and make it fit. So we'll make it fit Vonnie, and we'll make it fit Bari, and we'll make it fit Ben. Whoever that guy is who we're going to make it fit to.
When you look at what Ben is doing here, is this you need him to be the guy that's going to lead you to some wins here, or is there something in the back of your mind thinking, I want to see what he looks like, and maybe he's our guy going forward in the next year?
I haven't really thought like that. You're kind of in a vacuum week to week, so you're not able to think like that. We want to win now, and who gives us the best chance to win? What plays against the team that we're playing give us the best chance to win? So I don't think necessarily thinking like that. Sometimes those conversations occur, but not.
Yeah.
We're so laser focused on what we're doing right now. It's hard to really think like that.
In the second quarter, the big 12-play drive, once again, right before halftime, you come together with a great drive. The fourth down, when Ben hits no good, can you take us through that and the mindset and all that?
Yeah, we had seen a lot of man coverage against him on third and fourth downs leading up to that. So we had a good man beater, we thought, on the front side. He went through the progression, progressed off of it. I think if he didn't hit no-go on that, which is a really good anticipation throw, if he moved past that, he had sauce for a big one too. So great play by no-go, great play by Ben. But Ben's got a really good ability to anticipate throws and anticipate windows. I thought he did that really well there.
It's been a while since we've talked with you, Gundy, but what parts of Bonnie's game did you guys
That's Hank's fault, not mine.
No, I know. What parts of what about his game did you feel kind of necessitated that change going into this one in the Cal game?
In the Cal game, there was just some decision-making stuff, and I think we needed a spark. You need to, try to start the fire and get going. We just had been flat. And maybe it's kind of one decision turns into another decision at times. So we needed to, kind of pull back and reassess, and they know it, and this was a tight competition, and we've got a lot of faith in Ben. So let's see if we can get something going there. And I thought he, did some good stuff in the Cal game and played well in the last game. Up until there's a few things I think Ben would want back also.
When you talk about tailoring it with the system, at this stage in the season, what's that process look like? Are you picking out of what's already there and just using different bits of it, or is there new stuff that suits Ben?
Yes. It's all that, you draw on stuff that you've done, you try to build a big enough menu. It's like going to the Cheesecake Factory. You get the menu big enough to where It all, you can pull from different places, or you just tweak one thing a little bit to be able to tailor it to another guy, or to whoever that quarterback is. But we've got a big enough menu, we've got good coaches, and they do a really good job of, hey, this is like this, but. So that's kind of our process. That's Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, all day Monday, and building that package to where, hey, here's a lot of stuff that we've already done. You all know this, and then here's a few new things that are different. These are new words or new things that we have to learn. You don't want to do all new every week, because then you're just asking guys to learn stuff probably a little too quickly. So you try to keep that package a little bit small.
I mean, you say you want your quarterback to be a run game coordinator. What could you just elaborate on that?
Yeah, it's defenses are good and defensive coordinators are smart, and so they organize their defense to where things are complementary. Hey, they do this, and against this is really good, but if they do that, we've got to get to this. So building in an alert system, I think you guys probably see that pre-snap. We do a lot of stuff where he's got to communicate, hey, we're good, or we're going to this. And so the defense a lot of times dictates where the ball's going to go. And we've got what we feel are good answers for all that.
Is that sending in 2 plays to him pre-snap and
Yeah.
telling him to check at the line? Or?
Yeah, it can be 2, it can be 3, it can be, hey, we're going to do this play, or if they do this, it's going to go to that direction, and then if they give us this, it's going to change to a completely different play.
Is that something that Giovanni was doing for you guys too? Or
Yeah,
is that new?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Was with Sala, what did you see from him Saturday that maybe you hadn't seen from him previous games?
He was good. I think he's sitting right back there. He knows exactly what I'm going to say. We got to keep him on his feet, but he's got a burst and an explosion that's different. He ran it well, and we need to keep finding ways to get him the ball.
What about his game really translates to some of that outside zone stuff that you guys were working
He's
with?
fast, and he's explosive, and when you can get an edge, like we got on them a couple times, it's a dangerous place when he's got open field like that. So we need to keep building on that and find ways to create that. That's not an easy thing to do in a football game. Like, teams don't want you to get the ball to your back in space like that.
When you approach a game like Saturday with Air Force, it seems like there'll be a limited number of possessions. Is the game plan a little different?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I think you guys can look this up for me. I don't know the exact numbers. Usually teams get about 13 possessions a game. Teams that are going to go fast and when 2 fast teams play, they're going to get a lot of possessions. 13 is kind of a pretty standard number. We've been operating around 10 or 11 because our drives have been longer. Usually when you play at a service academy, you're going to get 7 to 8. So it's possessions, and it's, I think teams average 58 plays a game this year against them, which is low. So your menu's not going to be as big, but you've got to have enough weapons and enough answers. So, and then we're on game 10, so we've got stuff that's in, and then stuff that we all feel super confident that we could call anytime, that our guys can draw back. It's our base core stuff that they should be able to do in their sleep. Yeah.
With Ben in there, do you guys still feel like you have the ability to run the quarterback in the red zone especially?
Yeah, we do. And I don't know who I was talking to, but Ben's a good athlete. He's a far better athlete than I ever was. He can move around, he can run. We had some quarterback run stuff in, we just didn't get to it. So feel confident running the quarterback with him too.
We saw you guys get into I formation. I'm not sure if that was the first time you did it this year. Did that kind of take you back to your playing days here?
We were in the eye a little bit, but yeah, I hadn't done that in a while. But we've got a couple guys that are good fullbacks and guys who do stuff like that. And, you try to complement and be a little bit different and do things that people haven't seen. 2-back run fits or something that kind of give defenses problems if they haven't worked on them. So trying to give them something that they may not have worked on during the week and spice it up a little bit.
Is that a good yardstick comparing Ben's athleticism to yours?
Probably not. The game has changed a little bit, Nick.
When you're running a scout team to help the defense out this week,
Yeah.
The triple option stuff, who puts all that together to give the defense a look at what that looks like?
That's the defensive GAs come up with the scout stuff. And then we do a lot of, we're out there with them and watching it while it happens. So we've got a couple of younger athletic guys that can really run and accelerate. So we've been, rotating guys through there, giving them a good look. Good.
All right.